Good morning, everyone. Daisy and I are going to be bringing you our empties today, right? We're very excited about it, aren't we? Yes, we're very excited about it. It's my go-to. It makes my hair soft and shiny, and it has for years, and I absolutely love it. I'm on my skincare or my hair care going silver. I don't know, Silver Sisters. Anyway, I've ditched the dye, and I've joined in that tribe. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Beyond 50 Skin. My name is Cindy. Whether you're 15 or 50, it's never too early or too late to start a great skincare routine. Today, I'm going to bring you my empties video. I know it's early in my YouTube channel history, but I thought it'd be a fun way to get to know each other and for you to kind of get to know the products that I'm enjoying and like. So the two cleansers that I've gone through over the last couple months are the Pixi Double Cleanse and the Ordinary Squalane Cleanser. Sometimes this can be really hard to find, but I'm pretty sure it's back in stock and pretty easy to find these days. But the Pixi, of course, is available at CVS and Target. Both are really, I mean, this is like $7, this is $22 for two products. They're both fantastic. I don't have complaints about either one, but I do have a preference. Pixi Double Cleanse has a wonderful like duo case system where you can have the cleanse and the balm right together. So if you're doing a double cleanse, it's really easy. You just have to grab one thing. But I found that they crossed over each other. Like this divide really didn't separate the ingredients. And so I found that a little bit clumsy for me. It's fragrance free, so it's really gentle on the skin. There are absolutely no harsh ingredients. There's tons of emollients in both the cleansers and the balm. The balm has avocado oil, macadamia nuts, and safflower oil, so it's really a lovely balm. So I probably wouldn't repurchase the Pixi Double Cleanse. The textures were okay. The balm was a little bit hard and chunky, and then you kind of had to warm it up quite a bit. But it did the job. I don't have any major complaints about this particular cleanser, but I don't think I'd reach for it again. Really, it's very cost effective for a really basic, good cleansing system. But again, I found the chambers kind of troublesome. The products kind of crossed over. So my second cleanser that I got through over the last couple months is the Ordinary Squalane Cleanser. This is my favorite find of recent cleansers. And I love it because kind of similar to a 2-in-1 product. This can be used as a balm. It's kind of a creamy consistency that melts into this lovely balm texture. I love it. No fragrance, just tons of gentle emollients. Again, we find macadamia nut oil and glycerin and just all really great skin ingredients that just gently just swipe away the makeup. It washes off cleanly, but I feel like this particular cleanser leaves my face feeling a little softer than the Pixi Cleanse. This kind of has more of a cleaner rinse. This has it's more sort of a soft, dewy feel to my skin when I rinse off with the Squalane Cleanser. And I love this because it also can be used as a double cleanse. You can cleanse and remove your makeup and then do a second round with this. It's just one of my favorite finds of this year. So the second category of products that I have empties of are my mists, and mists are a new product in my skincare routine. I have terribly dry skin, and this in the morning when I don't want to wash my face, I would just go for a mist, and that gives me the hydration so that I can lock in the transepidermal water loss, prevent that by putting my moisturizer right over my mist product. So one of my favorite mists has been the Josh Rosebrook Hydrating Accelerator Moisturizing Facial Mist. This is lovely. The call-out ingredient is aloe. That's their #1 ingredient. It's a lovely moisturizer. It also has jojoba oil, marula oils, just lovely skin smoothing emollients. So it's just a lovely product. Again, if you're not into fragrance, then you might want to skip. But I sometimes can have a sensitivity to fragrance. I have kind of sensitive skin. I get on top of very dry skin, so if my skin barrier is not quite intact, I might have a reaction to a fragrance, but this didn't bother me at all. So the second mist that I introduced into my skincare routine is the Cicapair Tiger Grass Calming Mist. Really like this product. The one unusual ingredient is kind of a sea holly plant extract, oil extract, filtrate. And
it's called the Eryngium.
Very unusual ingredient in a skincare product. I couldn't find a lot of information about it, and so Be that as it may, that's in there. It didn't bother my skin. I just found it soothing and hydrating, and it was great for anti-redness in the morning and was great as a first step before I put my moisturizer on to kind of lock in the morning moisture. So the bottom line is I'm going to be repurchasing mists. I think they're a fantastic step in the morning, a great hydrating step before you put on your moisturizer. I love the fact that I've introduced them into my skincare routine because I typically don't cleanse in the morning, but I do love some hydration. So instead of just putting my moisturizer on, I put a mist on, a hydrating based mist, and I have more sort of moisture and plumpness in my skin for the rest of the day. There are lots of other mists out there. I'd love to hear about mists that you're trying in your skincare routine, so put them down below so I can put them on my shopping list. So the next group of ingredients that I want to talk about are my actives. One of the new products that I've used is an AHA light exfoliating moisturizing active, good genes, with the lactic acid. Lactic acid is moisturizing, slightly exfoliating. I think it's a great one for the morning. I absolutely loved this product. It made my skin soft, plump, just juicy. So yeah, I would give that a definite thumbs up. The second active that I've finished up recently is the Ordinary's Ferulic and Resveratrol. And I didn't really like the texture of this. It's slightly oily and didn't feel like it really sunk into my skin. I did skinfession here. Always like to give you a skinfession along the way. I was attempting to kind of make my own CE Ferulic by adding vitamin C from the Ordinary to kind of make up my own CE Ferulic. But I've kind of learned that that's probably not the best way to add the vitamin C into your skincare routine. It's best to find a dedicated formula that has vitamin C. That it's a really tricky ingredient, so I don't recommend it, but that's why I had it. And I was just, like I said, doing a little chemistry experiment of my own. So I don't do that anymore. I buy a dedicated vitamin C formula. Another skin active that I added into my routine is azelaic acid. This is a great anti-reddening ingredient. It's great for acne-prone skin. I was using it for redness, post-inflammatory redness after a procedure that I had. It was it definitely calmed my skin down. Now, a little bit goes a long way. I couldn't use this every day, or it almost started to get irritating. And this particular formulation leaves kind of a chalky finish. So I think there are better ones out there. I've heard about the Paula's Choice azelaic acid, and I thought maybe I'd give that a try the next time I wanted to add this product into my skincare routine. The next category is moisturizers. Of course, we all love our moisturizers. So I tried both the Tatcha moisturizers, both the Dewy Skin Cream and then the Water Cream. Now, they are both lovely moisturizers, but I have to say I wouldn't probably repurchase. Number one, they're pretty expensive, and number two, they both have dimethicone as one of their ingredients. Dimethicone is a silicone. It's emulsifying. There's nothing wrong with that ingredient. It's just I particularly don't like that texture. And the Dewy Skin Cream has that higher on the ingredient deck. So between the two of them, I would go with the Water Cream if I were to choose just one for repurchase. But they were a little on the pricey side, and I didn't love them. And so I probably wouldn't repurchase them. The other new moisturizer that I tried was the Drunk Elephant's Proteiny Peptide Cream. It's a very familiar product, I'm sure, to many of you out there. This product has a peptide complex, so it includes proteins, and probably why they called it proteiny. It's got tons of peptides in it, and they're supposed to help their growth factor complex, so growth factors are considered a subset of cytokines. Basically, they're just proteins which signal and stimulate cell growth. There's a lot of controversy. Do they really work? Do they not really work? Are the studies really large enough to tell us, diligent enough to tell us that these proteins are getting into our skin and regenerating skin cell growth? I think there is some evidence to suggest that this is possible, but I think the jury is still out on how much they can actually help collagen building and elastin building. So we'll see. The studies in skincare are often, not very large studies, and there's not a lot of money out there. And sometimes they're just done by the companies themselves. So, there's a lot of controversy around the studies that are out there, but I think it's a good ingredient to kind of keep your eye on. Next category of my empties is my sunscreen. Okay, so my favorite sunscreen, I have two empties, so you can tell, is the Peter Thomas Raw Mineral Naked Sunscreen, SPF 45. It's mineral based, as I just said, and I love it. I absolutely love it. It's extremely creamy. It just gives my skin like a complete hydration quench. I feel like it gives me enough coverage throughout the day that I don't really need to add any makeup. I just love this formula. It's super creamy, probably not great for more oily skin types, but if you're dry and dehydrated, this is a great, fantastic, and I think a bit underrated SPF. So give it a try and tell me what you think. I'd be curious to know. My be-all and end-all, I can't live without sunscreens. I found a bit by accident is the EV sunscreens. They are really difficult to find. They have the more advanced filters. I have to get it online from ifsogo.com, which I'll link down below. I just don't live without it. I feel like it's when I go out in this bright Colorado sunshine, and I feel like this has got me protected. I've invested a lot in my skin over the last 5 years, and I feel like this is my protection blanket. It's an unusual formulation. This is the Daily Defense Mousse SPF 50. It's foam. There's a little bit left in there. Don't know if you can see it, but it builds up into a foam, and I just rub it down into a lotion, and I will show you right now. I just pat it over my tinted sunscreen from the morning, and I just pop it on right as I go out the door. It doesn't seem to disrupt my makeup. Oops, I got a little foam on my glasses. And I have the body formula that I've used up and 2 of the Daily Defense mousses. And I know mousse texture isn't for everybody, but I feel like the gentlemen would really appreciate this type of formulation. I find it super easy to use. It's just been my answer to wanting to protect my skin when I go out the door. Of course, I use hats, and I, try to stay out of the sun and walk on the shady side of the street. I'll do all those other things, and wear long sleeves and all that good stuff. Sun protectant behaviors. But I just feel like I can't go out the door with this, and I know that seems crazy. But next category is it kind of talks about my evening skincare routine a little bit. I finished up the Chantecaille mask, Jasmine Lily hydrating mask, and I'll tell you how I use this. This is not a cheap mask, but it was something I wanted to try. And what I do is I do my evening skincare. I always double cleanse in the evening if I'm wearing sunscreen or makeup or any kind of a tinted sunscreen. I feel like that really gets all the residue off so that I can go in with my Tretinoin in the evening, which I also finished up. This is my cream-based formula, prescription only, and I'm currently on the 0.05%. I worked my way up to this over 5.5 years, so that's been a bit of a journey, but for another video. 30 minutes after I apply my Tretinoin onto clean, dry skin, I would put this over on the evenings, especially in the winter evenings when my skin was just parched, and I knew possibly that Tretinoin would start irritating my skin toward the winter months, and that I wanted to put a layer of moisture on so that I didn't wake up the Tretinoin flakies. So that was the way I used this mask most all winter long, and I thought it was a fantastic hydrating treatment before bedtime. Okay, speaking of hydration, I love the Weleda Skin Food for my dry, scaly bits, knees, elbows, little patches of skin if you have a disrupted barrier. I found it's very heavy, thick cream, but I love it as a wonderful barrier repair go-to. Can't live without my Weleda Skin Food. It does have fragrance, so if you're not into fragrance, then this may not be for you. All right, on to my eyelash serums. I've been trialing 2. I looked it up. I've been using my Latisse now, prescription Latisse, for 4 years. I was really surprised when I looked it up. So I've gone through another bottle of Latisse, but I also wanted to try the Revitalash. So I picked that up, and I've done some trials with that. I did 3 months of each to sort of do a comparison, and I'll be doing a video on that for you, kind of what I think about the comparison of the 2 and which I like better and which I'm going to be sticking with. But basically they both work on the concept of a prostaglandin to make your lashes grow, and they both work. So that's the good news. All right, let's move along. Oh, my hair care product. Love my Pureology. This particular one is the Perfect 4 Platinum. I found this a little drying, so I won't be probably repurchasing this one. I'm going to go back to my hydrating, Pureology hydrating. It's my go-to. It makes my hair soft and shiny, and it has for years, and I absolutely love it. I'm on my hair care going silver, I don't know, Silver Sisters. Anyway, I ditched the dye and I've joined in that, that tribe. So I'll also be doing a video on my experience with that. Okay, on to body care. I have a new body care routine, which I have absolutely, I'm never gonna not do from now on. I always have had kind of scaly skin, especially in the winter. Into premenopause, menopause, postmenopause, my skin just turned into like lizard legs. But I have a new solution to it, and 2 of my empties are going to prove it. In my shower, I slather on the Hydra Boost from Neutrogena. This is the fragrance-free. I can only find this particular one online, but it's the fragrance-free Neutrogena Hydra Boost. So a layer of this head to toe after my shower, and then I come in with the CeraVe moisturizing cream that I've been using for years, and it really helps with the transepidermal water loss after shower. I do it all on damp skin, not drippy wet skin, but just damp skin. So Hydra Boost and the CeraVe, and it has really resolved my lizard legs. I love it. Okay, down to, oh, and also I have a new body routine in the shower. I do not cleanse with any kind of a soap anymore. No soap bars, no soap gels. I used to be addicted to the LASH shower gels, and I do still love the scent. But I love the idea of cleansing with the cleansing oil as opposed to using a soap. Okay, so my last 2 empties are lip products. These are by Sugar, the Advanced Lip Therapy. Really enjoy that. And then the lip treatment with SPF 15. I've really been enjoying both of these products. You can get them at Sephora. They're a little on the pricier side for a lip balm, but I really like the texture of them, and I'm kind of picky about the type of lip balm that I use. I don't find anything, so if you have any ideas, folks, that helps with my dry lips. It's a constant battle, especially in the winter. So if you have any suggestions for how to fix your dry lips, drop them in the comments below. So that wraps up my empties. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I've certainly had a fun time talking to you today and going through my empties, and I just thought this was a really fun way to get to meet everybody. So like I said, subscribe, click the bell if you've liked my content and want to hear more so you get notifications. Again, whether you're 15 or 50, it's really never too late to start a great skincare routine. Bye everyone, hope you have a lovely afternoon or evening or wherever you are in the world. Take good care of yourself. Bye!